Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter number 10, text number 33 and 34. Can anybody confirm? 33 was done? So, 34? Okay. All right. Mrityuh sarvahara chaham udbhavasa cha bhavishyatam kirtihi shri vak cha narinam smritir medha dhriti kshama. Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirti shri vakcha narinam smritir medha dhriti kshama. Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirti shri vakcha narinam smritir medha dhriti kshama. Mrityu sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirtihi shri vakcha narinam smritir medha dhriti kshama. Mrityuh, the death. Sarvaharaha, all devouring. Cha, also. Aham, I am. Udbhavaha, generation. Cha, also. Bhavishyatam, of future manifestations. Kirtihi, fame. Shrihi, opulence or beauty. Vak, fine speech. Cha, also. Narinam, of women. Smriti, memory. Medha, intelligence. Dhriti, firmness. Kshama, patience. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Amongst men, amongst women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. As soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. Thus, death is devouring every living entity at every moment. But the last stroke is called the death itself. That death is Krishna. As for the fortune development, all the living entities undergo 6 basic changes. They are born, they grow, they remain for some time, they reproduce, they dwindle, and finally they vanish. Of these changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is the beginning of all future activities. The 7 opulences listed, fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience, are considered feminine. If a person possesses all of them or some of them, he becomes glorious. If a man is famous as a righteous man, that makes him glorious. The Sanskrit is a perfect language and is therefore very glorious. If after studying one can remember a subject matter, he is gifted with a good memory or smriti, and the ability not only to read many books on the different subject matters, but to understand them and apply them when necessary is intelligence, meda, and therefore opulence. The ability to overcome unsteadiness is called firmness or steadfastness, dhriti. And when one is fully qualified, yet is humble and gentle, and when one is able to keep his patience both in the sorrow and in the ecstasy of joy, he has the opulence called the patience or kshama. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshulmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavascha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Shri Haripri Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mrityu Sarvaharashyaham Udbhavascha Bhavishyatam Kirti Shri Vakshanarinam Smriti Medha Dhriti Kshamaha. This is a wonderful verse. And Srila Prabhupada claims that the 7 opulences which are feminine in nature, Shakti is always feminine in nature. It can be found in men as well as in women. But as far as literally the opulence is concerned, it is more invested in female rather than male. That is also natural. There is only one quality in men that Krishna says, this is my investment in it, is called Paurusham Nrushu. Paurusham means ability. In human being, I am the ability. While in the female body is available in 7 different opulences. So one must develop those aspects which are very natural, that Krishna is residing, and one must investigate. So as far as the problem with the role of women in ISKCON does not become a controversial subject otherwise. People are thinking something else, but clearly it is said, if the virtues are feminine, all the Shakti and its expansions are female in nature. So when Krishna is ascertaining this particular fact, if we say straightforwardly, then these opulences are more to be found in women, right? In men, beauty may not be appreciated. Men can be said handsome but not beautiful, man. Right? Fame can be done, say, if one shares an extraordinary, service he has rendered, he becomes famous. But service attitude is more in women, because that's the natural dependency on the body. So service attitude is found to be more. Rather, man wants to remain able to control the power, position, profit, whatever it is. So that's how the development of these traits in common circumstances is. But in Krishna consciousness, when we are reminded that these are the feminine qualities, means we must find out in female first, rather than exploiting them. Right? This is a pretty good statement as far as Srila Prabhupada is concerned. Opulence are always subordinate, and they are manifestation of Shakti. So Shakti is always female in nature. Shakti is never attributed maleness. So Mrityu Sarvaharashyaham. The opulence of Lord Krishna is that he is personified in death. And he will take away everything. Sarvaharashyaham. He will take out everything what we think we have earned, or this or that. But everybody has to leave behind for Krishna. People want to be very tricky. They don't want to live for Krishna, then leave behind for their sons and daughters, and soon it will be all vanquished. So the idea is that all devouring death is only attributed to Krishna, because he is the life giver. So he has the authority to take away the life. Without him, nobody is responsible to take charge. Yamaraj is taking charge on behalf of Krishna, but not an independent charge. So Mrityu Sarvaharashyaham. In the same way, Udbhavascha Bhavishatam, the one that is going to come again, emerge again in future, that is also, Krishna says, it's my opulence. Udbhavascha. Udbhava means being born, but then also other 5 changes that it has going in. It grows, it becomes mature, produces byproduct, dwindles and disappears. So, Udbhavascha Bhavishatam. So, the next life is ready, because it's guaranteed that it will happen. Nothing is guaranteed more than that we will come back in the material world. It is so common, but what shall we be? That is only the 60,000, 100,000 question. That the importance of the inquiry that what kind of opportunity we will have. We create the opportunity in this lifetime by becoming Krishna consciousness. The Turiya system means the fourth dimension of destination is created. First dimension is, if you have good work, then you will again get a good chance, maybe higher than human being. All right. Next is something abominable work, then he will go down to the lower species of life. The third may be equal, that he might return into the human beings. But the fourth is to come out from the cycle of repeated birth and death. And by going once, there is no necessity to come back. That is the abode of Lord Krishna. Right? So, this is the Turiya. Turiya means the fourth dimension. And fourth dimension is also Krishna. The origin of fourth dimension is also Krishna. Just like every millennium, we have avatars. Scheduled avatars means avatar after avatar. There might be some deviations that one comes before the other, if it is too near. But otherwise everything is so scheduled, regulated. So regulated things can be predicted. The udbhavascha bhavishatam, what it may be. So, and in the devastating age of Kali, after 10,000 years, there will be very, very drastic devastation will be there. Where we will have no books, no ISKCON, no Hare Krishna Mahamantra, no devotees, and nothing left. So it is better to take advantage of this present 10,000 years in order to go back home, back to Godhead. So that is udbhavascha bhavishyatam, and which is giving us opportunity not to simply remain in the material platform, but udbhavascha, rise up for the future of Krishna consciousness. So, the seven opulences which are feminine, Lord Krishna says, Sri. Sri means beauty, opulence. But it does not denote money. This is the opulence, is called Sri. Sri means bodily beauty. What we call Radha Krishna. But when we add Sri, Sri Radha Krishna, right? So that is an address of opulent pronoun. The pronoun is very opulent. So when proper honor and respecting words would be utilized for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he will be easily attracted. So that is the Sri part of it, but Kirti is fame, Sri, Kirti, Sri, Vak and Vani. The Vani should be very much regulated. That's a social convention. Prabhupada says that if you have to speak the truth, but it should be pleasant. An unpleasant truth will become a score in the social psyche. So satyam vada priyam vada. Asatyam apriyam ma vada. So If we have to speak the truth, then truth should be eternal, means very transcendental, not other satyas. Right? So, in the same way, Vani can be cultivated as the second most important aspect of our expression, mind, words and activities. So, words are very important for the civilized people. Prabhupada gives example of the expert who are singers. They sing different chandas in different meters, and because they are expert, it is the choicest adoration is given through these agents. They are living entities, and they are glorifying with exact meter and so many other traditions, right? Even different ragas are there. In Kali Yuga, everybody has so synthesized to make a hodgepodge. They say synthesis of two different instruments. But synthesis of two different psyches can never occur. You need there two parallel psyches, not different. Otherwise, you will not be progressing. So, this is important, chandam. Now, chanda is meter, but at the same time, chanda is a very melodious meter. A very melodious meter. So, all the choicest poetry is sung by the pure devotees, and Prabhupada glorifies that part also. How should we be able to put up a eulogy, even a glorification, into different ways? Generally, people write prose, but very few people will write poetry. And if you write poetry, if there is no reference to context and no meter is found, then it's a failure. Right? So, that is Samaved subject matter. In Samaved, we will be able to learn everything. So, Kirti Shri Vakchanarinam, amongst women, Smriti, mothers kept the best smritis stored for a long time. All the ladies keep all their memories stored for a long, long time. They do not settle down with the smriti aspect. They can quote you anytime, anywhere, that you became an embarrassment. So the idea is that sharp remembrance. They never practice, but because it is ingrained in their nature of this particular opulence of Lord Krishna, called Smriti. The Medha means intelligence. This intelligence is of a transcendental discriminatory intelligence. If you have transcendence and material, two things simultaneously, say in a hodgepodge, how would you take out the transcendental? So the methodology is simple, and Brahma is giving that. For the eternal, that is transcendental, there is no endurance. I mean, it's everlasting. And the one which is temporary, asat, then it doesn't have much endurance. Like the devotees in Krishna consciousness always celebrate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association and his lila and Sankirtan lila, right? It's not a matter that, okay, it comes only once. No, we chant daily. It becomes integral part of our daily activities. So, that is naturally springing as an automatic, mood for performing the devotional service. Medha, that is the sharp intelligence. Smriti, the Smriti, Medha. Dhriti. Dhriti means very confirmed resolve. If they have calculated out, that if somebody's husband is lying, so they know the trick how to expose it. However, he may say that, oh, I'm not lying, but there are so many witnesses, so many things in presence, and they are all live. Dead cannot give you witness, but all little things are which are live. They give support. In forensic medicine, they have the cycle of life cycle of a fly. You have to learn, because fly is the easiest insect that is attracted towards blood and its smell, and so it doesn't take much time. So within 3, 4, 5 minutes, the fly is ready to give you evidence. So they use the fly, they study the fly. But the opulence is as a sharp remembrance. Dhruti, dhruti means dhrata, very confirmed conviction should be there. And kshama means forgiveness, forbearance. From men, it's very hard to get the forgiveness. But Vaishnavism is such that a devotee has to bypass both the forbearance by the men as well as women. So these are the important points that they help us to enrich our subject matter. And soon so many things are to be revealed, then Krishna is investing his potencies so it can be easily revealed, rather than we keep on speculating. So in this particular verse, we see how Krishna's manifestation to be seen as the realistic and experimented truth. The devotees are very much eager to put into practice right in Gaushala. So anybody has any question? Opulence of Lord Shri Krishna. What it means that it also gives 7 times more opportunity for the ladies to serve Krishna. How would we serve if we don't use opulence of Lord Krishna that is endowed to us into all different Krishna conscious activities? That is the art of living. You can list out so many things. Wish I could have done this today instead of that. Anybody has any question? No question.
So you said in the beginning, you said that actually the opulences are all feminine because it's part of Shakti.
Opulence of?
Opulence is part of Shakti.
Yes.
So therefore it's feminine. All opulence is feminine.
Naturally. Haridas Thakur says, unless and until the Shakti is manifested, you will never know the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Shaktiman. So, Shakti is manifesting. Even spiritual Shakti can enter in the material realm and can produce wonderful combinations through three modes. But spiritual Shakti is not subjected to the material modes, because Krishna is not subjected to the material modes. So Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha and Prakriti, both are there, but in spiritual world they remain unified, and the false Purusha who wants to load it over the manifested opulences of the Lord in the material world, they struggle. They never come to the point of happiness or even what we call endurance of what they have even. They never come. They can hardly endure. But the ladies endure more. The feminine qualities that are manifested, right? And they are naturally found in women, but man is not able to endure them. Rather, he is attracted because it's opulence, but he cannot remain steady. Yes. I have hearing problem.
I want to understand what is really forgiveness and how to practice the forgiveness. Like in Bhagavad-Gita we read that forgiveness is just if somebody abused you, you just forgive them. First of all, I want to understand what is really means, like how to forgive. And the second part of the question, when we read from Mahabharata, for example, Srimad Bhagavatam, or Srimad Bhagavatam, like when Draupadi was abused, she is pure Vaishnavi. She is so close to Krishna. Krishna loves her so much, and she was, no doubt, she is pure devotee. And her reaction was, she said, unless I will wash my hairs with the blood of this person who abused me, I will not be satisfied. So this is the reaction of the pure devotee. So how to understand how really to practice this forgiveness? Because in real life, it's, if I will say about myself, I can't immediately forgive and immediately love that person. Maybe I can pray for this person, but I don't feel immediately that I completely have nothing, no bad feeling to the person, no revenge, something like that. And also we see the example of Draupadi. So I feel, see, when she could not immediately forgive and be peaceful and just love that person, she also wanted revenge. So how to practice this?
Yes, we see these examples struggling, and then the result is confusing. But Draupadi does not become rebellious, right? She can lashes out strong words, but she is still dependent upon the husbands. It's not one, 5. So she will naturally get 5 times, protection. But the point is that prior to this episode of the stealing the robe or derobing Draupadi, there are incidents which are claiming to Draupadi's activities that counterproduce this particular reaction. So, in any circumstances, Pandavas were ready to surrender to Lord Krishna, his instruction. Right? So the point is that who is taking the smart advantage of this particular steadfastness to Lord Krishna, remaining all the time obedient. The manifestation of material energy is there. Many people do not understand, but Arjuna wants to understand. Right? So, Yudhishthira is very confirm, and he would not deviate, but the others would deviate. So, opulences are there, and according to the opulences, how can I use this opulence in Krishna's service? How can I? Like playing the chess, all right? It is very prestigious for the royal kings. And the standard is that anyone who invites you to play chess, you can't refuse. Whatever the consequences come. But this is how Yudhishthira was having the made up mind that nothing is going to act without the will of Krishna. And whatever circumstances are appearing is also through the will of Krishna. So the opulences are in such character. Opulences are in such character. In character building, we have to count the opulences. How do we remain steadfast, and how we can remain truthful to ourselves? So, Arjuna and Bhima, they did not have this kind of looking into the activities of these potencies. All right? Another example is that at the end of the Kurukshetra war, everybody, was very puffed up for himself. That I contributed so much, so therefore we won. So everybody was thinking in that way. If I would not have been, then nobody could have been saved. And we have died also. But no, they don't understand that they are supposed to become instrument in the hands of Krishna, which instrument is the potency. And it has already been manifested here that very firm, convicted faith, like Yudhishthira, it has to be there. But somehow or other they were becoming a little puffed up that, because I fought in such a way that we won. So everybody was thinking like that for himself. So Krishna is telling, why are you fighting? Why are you quarreling? The war is over. Why do you want to still continue? the war. Now it is going to be within yourself. If you want to see the judgment, then let me take you. I have a witness. He will tell you who really won. And they came to the head of Babruvahan, what is his name? No, Ghatotkacha's son. Barbaric. So, Krishna already tricked him not to play, otherwise he was always on the target. He would not allow. So, Barbaric was introduced, and he is the family member. And they did not see, because it was born of Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha was invited in the war, but Barbaric was not, because he was a kid. But he was so fearless. And he answers, that I will fight on the side of who are going to lose. And that startles. So what kind of opulence that he is having? It's Krishna's opulence anyway. But how come this child is talking? He does not realize. But no, it was correct. So ultimately, when he was the witness and when Krishna set him up, they came after the war was over, and Krishna asked Barbaric, they all want to know who is the real winner. And Barbaric said, my dear Lord Krishna, I saw nobody was fighting except Chandika, and she did the job. The potency. The potency is manifesting in front of everybody as Kala. Kalo aham asmi, mrityu sarvarashaham. So, Krishna's expansion as his potency is there. Potency is useless without the potent one. Like that. So, in our approach to know the real value of Krishna's potency is to simply become humble. Otherwise, Krishna will make us humble. Even the Pandavas made humble in this way. When Barbaric gave the judgment, everybody realized that they were so much puffed up because they won. They did not give any attributes to Krishna. So, whatever the opulences we see or develop, it is meant for service of Krishna and nobody else. Then there won't be any confusion or points. All right? It's all Maya Devi, does under the direction of Lord Shri Krishna. Any other question?
You were saying that everyone was thinking that he is the doer, he is the winner, or he is the fighter. So everyone is, who is that everyone? Can you specify something?
Everyone is supposed to serve, but his work should be service rather than, and service has to be used for yoga. Our ability, Krishna has put ability in us. Ability is to serve Krishna. What is that verse? Yoga karmashu kaushalam. Our activities are so valuable in as much valuable as in connection with Krishna. So karmashu kaushalam is yoga. Or yoga means to connect all this karma to Lord Krishna. Which one is correct? Yoga karmashu kaushalam. The Mayavadis understand differently and we understand differently. Karmashu kaushalam means in the karma, the expertise is to connect it with Lord Krishna. Then and then, and it's called an expert karma. The one that connects with Lord Krishna is yoga. So otherwise, you may think, oh, I will do this expertly. And will it automatically become yoga? It will not. So, that is the meaning, that all the opulences are Lord Krishna's manifestations, and because they are manifested, we know the proprietor, Krishna. Therefore, they are for Krishna, and we must connect it to Lord Krishna.
So whatever in our life is coming, so we should think that is coming through Krishna. He is having our mercy, that's why we are getting all these things.
Everything is coming from Krishna, but everything is meant for Krishna. Everything is meant for Krishna. So that kind of result should be there. If you serve, you will be exposed to all the esoteric truths simply by serving Lord Shri Krishna without any motivation and interruptions. Any other question or comments? All right, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.